From WCPO 9 on your side, it's a new day with your host, Mona Morrow.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us. Coming up on today's show, a film festival that you won't want to miss. Plus, how literacy organizations can apply to receive $100,000. But first, Tom Jordan is bringing new meaning to the phrase, fighting for kids.
Thank you, Mona. I'd like to have some of that $100,000. But we are blessed to have with us Megan Schmittauer. Did I say
Correct.
it right?
Yes.
I got that right. You mess up somebody's name, you start off real bad. And she's really a primetime player. She's serving in two capacities. She's the president and CEO of Fighting Chance, which is also segueing into the organization that we're going to talk about, well-known Golden Gloves, and she's the executive director of the Cincinnati Regional Golden Gloves. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, you got a little history of fighting in the gym. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But you're here to promote the Regional Golden Gloves Tournament coming up March 10th to the 11th. And
Yes.
just kind of give us a little background on the organization. We hear Golden Gloves all the time, but get a little background on it.
Yes, so as a national organization, Golden Gloves began back in the 20s. We had a chapter here briefly, but it came back into the city back in the 60s. Buddy LaRosa was a big part of bringing that back here to our hometown.
And you would talk about, he was 87.
Yes.
He said he got the energy of a 6-year-old.
I call him Energizer Buddy.
And a ton of young men have gone through the Golden Gloves. And the tournament is coming up. And how many years has this tournament been held, do you know, here in Cincinnati, the Golden Gloves Regional Tournament in Cincinnati?
You know, I don't know exactly how many years that it's been here in Cincinnati.
All right, and the young men compete in this tournament on March 10th to 11th, and then if they win, they compete in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yes.
Now, I thought you said West Lafayette. I was thinking Purdue, and then you told me about it's the Raging Cajuns.
Yes.
Lafayette. All this.
Yes.
So you also are with Fighting Chance, which you're incorporating the Golden Gloves. And how did this is where we wanted to get to. How did Fighting Chance begin? And you're the director of that.
Yes, so I had actually I found a Groupon online for a gym called the Punch House.
Blessings of Groupon.
Yes. And inside that gym, when I had walked in, it was primarily women just hitting the punching bag, and in walked these 3 little kids that were competitive elite boxers, and they just, smiled and lit up your life, and they had good energy. You wanted to be around them. So I was asked to participate in our client fight night. Okay. And I knew really the only people who knew how to box in that gym seriously were these 3 kids. So I would bribe EJ, AJ, and Tyreek with gum to teach me how to throw jabs and do slips and how to compete.
And so they taught you how to box.
Yes.
And then so it birthed the organization Fighting Chance. Can you tell us a little bit about the Fighting Chance, the organization?
Yes.
And some of the goals?
Yes, some of our goals are actually very similar to Cincinnati Golden Gloves. Is what we're trying to do is produce champions just outside of the ring. So doing things such as academic tutoring is a big part of our organization. We provide free tutoring to these kids Monday through Thursdays. A workforce readiness program for our high school students, so to incorporate them into the workforce. And we provide service opportunities for these kids. So primarily both organizations run on just volunteers. So it gives our kids a way to get back to the community. And then we also have a program where we serve about 400 meals a month to make sure these kids get fed.
And so we're promoting the tournament, also looking for volunteers. And there is there will be 2 websites we'll give. The first one is givingkidsfightingchance.org. That's for Fighting Chance.
Correct.
But also for the Golden Gloves, the actual website is cincinnatiboxing.org, just like it sounds, cincinnatiboxing.org. You see the one at the bottom of the screen, givingkidsfightingchance.org, but also cincinnatiboxing.org. And you said that to participate in the Golden Gloves tournament is free. There's free, and you might have to get to fight for free.
Correct.
And is there anything in particular, we talk about success stories that stand out in your mind as a result of being of the Golden Gloves and maybe even Fighting Chances you want to convey to our viewers, and maybe maybe something they don't know about the Golden Gloves?
So I think one of the things that stands out with Cincinnati Golden Gloves is our ability to produce champions. You know, we've got people like Aaron Pryor who went through the program, Rashi Warren. We've had 5 participants in the last 7 Olympics. So that's something we're pretty proud of.
That's great. And we talked about one of the drawbacks of one of the byproducts of this, the kids getting a lot of that aggressiveness, and it helps them focus and accomplish a lot. So we're looking for people to mentor, tutor, and just plain volunteers. And you said you have 4 high schools that are working with you right now, but you said 70.
Yeah, we've got over 70 high school volunteers that come down and work with us weekly, tutoring these kids.
All right. So. Fantastic. Well, again, Cincinnatiboxing.org. I don't know if that was there already, but my director worked miracles, Cincinnatiboxing.org for the Golden Gloves. Again, March 10th and 11th, and the site is to be determined where it will be held, regional tournament, and these kids go on to Lafayette, Louisiana, and then also giving kids a fightingchance.org. So a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, you as well.
Springfield, Ohio. Nona, she's not related to me. No, but she's from the city where my wife went to college.
Oh, yeah?
That's about as close as you can get.
Got it.
All right. So we pray for the continued success of the Golden Gloves. And I never met Mr. LaRosa, but tell him I said hello.
I will. I will.
Right. Be like Gomer Pyle, tell him I said hey. All right. And also the success of a Fighting Chance, doing some incredible things.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you coming on board.
No, thank you.
All right. And coming up next, a film festival that celebrates